extremely helpful. Extremely helpful. Like I said, 90% of everything that happened at the wedding was because of you, and you brought up things that we would have never even thought of. And
that in the book that you originally gave us, it had the whole first planning session and the second planning session. I mean, to a T, you nailed it. I mean, as long as we did our part in getting you the information that you were looking for.
Yeah, and I would have never even thought about all the stuff that we actually went through and everything. And I didn't mind it at all. We didn't mind it at all, you know, as far as, you know, it was pretty detailed and in-depth, the book that you gave us, and online, the stuff we filled out. We were sitting in front of the computer for a couple hours, you know, just one night filling stuff in. And that was just the first night. Then the second night, you know, because we didn't want to just throw anything down there. We really wanted, Jen went through the whole book and made her little notes next to everything, and we read the whole thing, and we're like, oh, maybe this or maybe that, you know, but everything we were going off of was all the stuff that you gave us,
and we didn't realize how much each individual thing was going to be such a big part of the wedding. Each song for each part of the event, each thing, it made such a big difference for the night. And if it wasn't for you, we would never have thought of any of that. We would have been just play a song.
And also, you know, the fact that you gave us the book, and there was a bunch of, I mean, so many ideas in this book and everything.
Fabulous ideas.
And then it got us thinking of other stuff and everything, and so we were able to collaborate with you on some things and kind of tweak them to our own, you know, our own personal touch and everything, and you did it, you know. I mean, you had no qualms whatsoever about it, as far as like, well, I'm not going to do that because that's not my thing, you know, but you had no problem like saying, I'm glad you guys were, you know, able to take this and make it your own, you know, and that was cool. That was really cool. I didn't feel like I was at somebody else's wedding. That was my wedding. That was Jen's wedding. Favorite part was, well, one of the favorite parts, I should say. I mean, there's going to be a little series of favorite parts here right now.
The whole night was favorite part.
Yeah, just trying to narrow it down. When we started with our vows on ring exchange, and you raised the music, and the background music came over, and it felt like it was in a movie. It was surreal. It was really just like, it was just like, I ran into my cousin in the bathroom, and he was like, you know, just props on all of this. He's like, this is one of the most amazing weddings I've ever seen, you know. And he was like, and I hope you know, you didn't have a dry eye in that audience in the ceremony. There was a person in there, I don't think, that wasn't crying like that. And that had everything to do with it. Music makes everything better. It creates emotion. It creates happiness. Scared. If you're watching a movie with like a football movie, at the end when they score the winning touchdown and there's no music, it's not that big of a deal. But with the emotional music in the background, it makes you cry, you know. And that's what we wanted, and that's what we got. That's totally what we got. And then to roll on to the reception, the grand entrance was just absolutely
perfect.
Phenomenal.
Exactly what we see.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see some video footage on it or something like that, because once again, you hit it. You hit it right on right where everything I pictured in my head happened that night, and it was great. It was better than what I actually had in my head, because it was actually happening, you know. And with the build up of that song where you're announcing all of our wedding party coming in, and then right at that moment, it could have been cool or it could have been a wreck, you know. And right when you said, I want to introduce you, the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Nathan. And everyone was like, Tafoya! Like that, and then the music kicked right in, and we come in. It was something else. That was cool to me. That was one of the coolest parts right there to me. And it was me and Jen out on the dance floor moshing around to that heavy song and everything. That was cool. That was one of the coolest moments to me right there. Was the grand entrance.
I have to agree. That was my
killer. Oh my god,
favorite.
it was so cool.
That had to be my favorite.